Welcome everyone to the Taylor School District regularly scheduled board meeting of April 16th, 2025, where our mission statement is to educate, engage, and empower those we serve. And our vision statement is that we will be the innovative destination district where all succeed. Going to start with call to order at 6 o'clock. Mr. Westfall. Here. Ms. Block.
Here.
Ms. Fields.
Here.
Ms. Moore is excused. Mr. Mordarski.
Here.
Mr. Morris is present, and Ms. Schufelt will be here momentarily. Okay, if everyone would like to join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to move on to item 3, good news. And we're going to bring up Shayna Hale to talk about CT Business Management Administration taking 3rd place.
Yeah, mine.
Please raise your hand, Ms. Hale, if you are with us, so we can unmute you. Okay, I guess we will move on for now. Moving on to agenda, board, and discussion items. Item 4, revisions, approval of agenda policy number 0166. Is there a motion to approve or change the agenda?
Motion.
Okay, motion by Ms. Fields. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Westfall. Ms. Block.
Yes.
Ms. Fields.
Yes.
Mrs. Moore is excused. Mr. Mordarski.
Yes.
Mr. Morris is a yes. Ms. Schufelt is not here. Mr. Westfall.
Yes.
The yeas carry it 5-0. Okay, moving on to discussion items. First, starting off with overnight conference request, MAEO, Michigan Alternative Ed Organization. Is Natalie Rinaldi here? Yep, she has raised her hand and ready to speak.
Good evening. I am Natalie Rinaldi. I am a special ed teacher at TVLA. I was asked to speak about MAEO, which is Michigan Alternative Education Conference. It's scheduled for April 30th through May 2nd this year in Traverse City. This will be my first time attending this conference with 5 others TVLA staff. I've heard great things from other TVLA staff who have gone to the conference for the last 2 years. They bring great information back to the staff. We talk about it at the staff meeting and kind of brainstorm different alternative school strategies, information from DTE, and just like collaborating with other Michigan alternative schools, which is kind of a rare occurrence because we're unique being an alternative school. Trying to think of anything else. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Not at this time, but appreciate all the good work you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay, discussing second discussion item, overnight out-of-state conference request, the K-12 Alliance of Michigan. And I'm going to have our superintendent discuss a little bit about this.
All right, thank you. Last board meeting, we did bring forward 3 conference requests for some of our administrative team to go to Washington, D.C. As part of the K-12 Alliance of Michigan's symposium that is celebrating the 50th anniversary of IDEA. We are going to add 2 more members of our delegation. That's what we are bringing forward tonight. And they will be 2 of our board members who will be attending that with that group as well. And as I said, the point of the symposium is to go out and hear from various peoples in the federal government that can help with making sure that IDEA is getting fully funded to what the promise was when it went into effect 50 years ago. And as I've said several times, when we have a school district like Taylor Schools, where we have, you know, close to 25% of our students have some sort of IEP services, fully funding IDEA is something that is very important to what our needs here to meet our needs of our students. So this is that request to send 2 more members as part of that delegation.
Thank
Who's
you.
going?
Myself and trustee Shubo.
Okay.
I'm the secretary.
Oh, secretary, my apologies. Okay, moving on to contract, item 3, contract renewal, administrative assistant to the superintendent.
All right, in your packets, you do have the proposed contract renewal for Shauna Maynard, my administrative assistant for the superintendent's office. And this would be a 2-year contract. Several of these contracts at this point, they do have rollovers, but this is the time where hers would be coming up as part of the end of her last 2-year contract.
Any other questions from the board on the topic at hand?
Well, not actually on that topic, but in the term rollover, from what I understand from MASB going forward, the
Yep.
board should actually, I don't know how everybody else feels, but the board should actually vote every year to roll that contract so that they're aware that it is in a roll.
Okay.
I would agree.
That seems completely reasonable to me.
Did you
And-
say make a motion?
Oh, no, we don't have to make a motion. We're just discussing right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Misunderstood you.
Oh, you're good. Okay, discussion item 4, student reinstatements. Mr. Griffin.
I do want to just issue before we get into this next discussion, just a little reminder that, you know, when we bring student reinstatements forward, they are still covered by FERPA. And so we can have discussion, questions can be asked, but they cannot lead to specific items that would give the identities or any of the people involved. So I just want to put that out there as a disclaimer for everybody as we get into this discussion.
And that would be names, pronouns, gender.
Correct.
things like that. Okay, thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Weiger, for doing it, and thank you,
Yep.
Mr. Morris, and the board for allowing me to bring these 3 students to you. So as Mr. Weiger did say, if we could refer to them as student 1, student 2, and student 3, and try not to use pronouns. The detailed information I'm not going to go over because that's in your hands, plus you also had access to the full discipline files that were sent to you in the discipline file for the students. So I'll start off with student number 1. Student number 1 was suspended originally on February 19th, 2023. Had their first reinstatement hearing, which gave them a conditional reinstatement to attend TVLA, but virtually only so they weren't allowed to be on campus. As you can see through the details that I shared with you in the packet you have here, the panel's recommendation for student number 1 is full reinstatement to TVLA going face to face, a behavior plan in place, and a restorative meeting with a teacher. That is student number 1. Does anybody want anything to share about our student number 1? Who's on that panel?
I fully agree. Like,
Okay.
I was a part of the decision. Student number 1 was very remorseful. He got very upset. Like, it was definitely an embarrassment on himself. And so I definitely feel like the panel is making the right decision.
Okay. Moving on to student number 2, number 2 was suspended on February 29th, 2024. This was their first request for reinstatement. I'll let you take a moment to read through the packet if you haven't done so already. The recommendation for the panel for student number 2 is denial of reinstatement. Recommendation to enroll the student in graduation alliance with IEAS services for the remainder of the school year and the 25-26 school year. Be referred to Care Solace for a warm handoff. And then you see the baby petition next, the April of 26 with the panel recommendation you can see there. Any questions on student number 2? Moving on to student number 3. Original suspension date was February 29th, 2024. Was expelled at that point. First reinstatement, which was on 4/10. I'll give you another opportunity to read through the information there. The panel's recommendation for student number 3 is denial of reinstatement, recommendation to enroll in graduation alliance for the remaining of the school year and for the 25-26 school year, referral to Care Solace for counseling, and me petition in April of 2026 for reinstatement. Any questions about student number 3?
No, it's been my first experience doing these. But I did want to say the committee was awesome to work with. And I believe almost all of them were 100% united as far as the way they were voting. Is that not correct, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Field. And there is our 3 students for reinstatement.
Thank you, Mr. Gribble.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Moving on to agenda item 6, public comment, agenda items only, policy 0167.3. Thank you to all of you who can be with us tonight. We understand the importance of continuing to keep you informed and providing an opportunity for you to be heard. Public comment will begin with those in person and then move to our online audience. For those in person, please step up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. After the in-person comment, our online audience will need to find the raised hand symbol for our moderator to recognize and unmute you. Please take into consideration common courtesy, refrain from any personal attacks, and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. We will provide assistance with timekeeping, so each guest will be able to monitor their own time and know when to conclude, so all who wish to speak will have an equal opportunity to do so. Do we not have the TV today? Oh, it's in over here. Oh, we'll be good. As a reminder, if there are any questions at this meeting or by some other avenue, Superintendent Wager or his designee will work on getting those answers in a timely manner. Please note this portion of the meeting is reserved for comments regarding business discussed on this agenda only. There will be another opportunity for comments later in the meeting for general comments. Would anyone here like to speak on the agenda items at hand? Would anybody online like to speak about the agenda items at hand? Okay.
Mr. Morris, if I may interrupt real quick, I forgot to add something to it's more of a informational component that I wanted to share with the Board of Education. Mr. Doyle reached out to me today. This is on a totally different subject. The band field trip to Cedar Point, which was originally scheduled for June 6th, which has already been board approved. They ran into some transportation issues and then needed to move the trip to Cedar Point to June 4th. So this is more just an information to you, to let you know, and to put it on record that
It's the date change.
nothing else is changing, just a date change. So we just wanted to bring it to your attention.
Okay.
So if something that comes up, like, wait a minute, why are they going on the 4th when it's scheduled for the 6th? They had a transportation issue, so I'm just bringing it to your attention. So it's noted.
Thank you for letting us know.
Apologize for not adding that on, but yes.
No problem at all. Okay, moving on to agenda item 7, action items.
Okay, action items number 1, overnight conference request for the MAEO, Michigan Alternative Ed Organization, policy number 6550. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the overnight conference request for Natalie, how do you say that? Rinaldi Zachary Holden, Tammy Doty, Angela Darty, Ariana Curdy, and Susan Leiper. Did I say it right? Loper. To attend the MAEO Michigan Alternative Ed Organization Conference in Traverse City, Michigan, April 30th to May 2nd, 2025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Morris. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Madarsky. Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Moore is absent. Mr. Madarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Shufelt is a yes. Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
That passes 6-0. Number 2, the overnight conference request for the K-12 Alliance of Michigan, policy number 6550. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the overnight conference request for Stephanie Shufelt and Corey Morris to attend the Michigan K-12 Alliance of Michigan Conference in Washington, D.C., April 28th to April 30th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Fields. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Westfall. Ms. Moore is absent. Mr. Madarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Am I allowed to vote on this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Then yes.
No, we should have.
Ms. Shufelt is a yes. Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
That passes 6-0. Number 3, the contract renewal, administrative assistant to the superintendent, policy number 4120. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the 2-year contract renewal for Ms. Shauna Maynard for the position. Administrative assistant to the superintendent effective July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2027. Salary for the position will be $70,850.21 for the 2025-2026 school year and $72,962.03 for the 2026-2027 school year. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Morris. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Ms. Fields. Mr. Madarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Shufelt is a yes. Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Moore is absent. That passes 6-0. Number 4, the student reinstatement number 0104162025, policy number 5610.03. The review committee is recommending the Board of Education approve the conditional reinstatement of student number 0104162025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Morris.
Support.
Support by Ms. Fields. Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Shufelt is a yes. Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Moore is absent. Mr. Madarsky?
Yes.
That passes 6-0. I have a question.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I
think
lied.
it clarified.
Okay, yep.
Yep,
Okay,
I
sorry.
figured I knew you were gonna get that. I think it clarified.
I apologize. Number 5, student reinstatement, number 0204162025, policy number 5610.03. The review committee is recommending the Board of Education deny the conditional reinstatement of student 0204162025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Fields. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Morris. Ms. Shufelt is a yes. Mr. Westfall?
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Mr. Moore? Ms. Moore is absent. Mr. Madarsky?
So to clarify, a yes vote would deny the reinstatement.
Yes.
I'm voting yes then. Okay, okay. Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
That passes 6-0. Number 6, student reinstatement number 0304162025, policy number 5610.03. The review committee is recommending the Board of Education deny the conditional reinstatement of student number 0304162025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Morris. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Medarsky. Mr. Westfall,
Yes.
Ms. Block,
Yes.
Ms. Fields.
Yes.
Ms. Moore is absent. Mr. Medarsky,
Yes.
Mr. Morris.
Yes.
Ms. Shufelt is a yes. That passes 6-0.
Thank you for handling that. Okay, agenda administration, agenda item 8. Superintendent report.
All right, thank you, everybody. I just want to go over a couple quick updates. First one is a while back, we started into the strategic plan process, and we have at this point gone through the stage where we collected information both through online surveys and through input sessions that were held in person and on Zoom. Recently, we received the binders of the information that was collected during that process. And on April 5th, we had our first retreat, which was a goal-setting retreat where 40-some different community members were invited to come and different stakeholders and help with that work of taking that to the next step, taking the data, taking all the information, and then creating what the goals would be that go into that strategic plan. At that meeting, we were able to write a draft of a possible mission, vision, and belief statements for future use in the school district. And we were able to go and establish goals for year 1 of this process of strategic planning. The next committee, basically, because now that information that was put together on that date with those stakeholders now goes to a smaller group that is going to take those goals, and then they're going to actually put action plans and action steps to align with them. Because it was very telling in that retreat when you hear in the room that, oh, we've done this before and we've gone through this process and we've set goals, but we've never followed through. And that is where I think this is the essential part, is this next meeting where we're going to actually start to game plan and go, okay, this is the goal. Now, how do we achieve it? And what are the timelines for actually making that happen? Because it was heard loud and clear through all the feedback that that's what the community wants to see us do, is when we do something, let's stick to it. Let's make sure we get there. And that's why this is very important to me, that we make a plan that is achievable and that we can get done for those goals. So that group, like I said, a smaller group that's invited, and that's going to be on Saturday, April 26th, that group is going to meet and start that process. The final product with mission statements, vision statements, belief statements, goals, and action steps and timeline will be to the board for presentation in May. And then it would come up for approval by the Board of Education at that time. So we're getting close to the end of this, but next month is when you can see that final product coming forward for your approval. The next thing I want to touch base on is we've been really trying to step up our communication processes. That's another thing we've heard loud and clear through this process as we were getting input in that. And we have dedicated ourselves to making sure that we are putting out a monthly newsletter. So please watch for, we've been putting out the Taylor Telegraph now for 2 months. I'm in the process of putting together the one for May. And this is something we want to keep going, and we're exploring opportunities to go ahead and push this beyond our own walls. Some of the problem we run into is we're good at getting communication out to, parents, or we're good at getting communication out to our own staff, but getting it out into the general community is where we lose that and we have that struggle. So I've kind of looked into talking to various entities at the different communities that we serve and seeing if there's an avenue through their lists and through how they do outreach as city governments that we can go ahead and start cooperating with them to kind of push this beyond our own boundaries as well. So that's something that's a work in progress. But for those internally, like I said, our parents, our staff members, whoever can see it when we put it out on Facebook, please watch for it. It is a wealth of information. We've been putting in a calendar of all the important events that are not just the district calendar events, but the things that go on in the schools, like specific events for each school we've been trying to put in there as well. So please watch for that. It's been a big push to try to get the word out about many good things that happen here in Taylor. And the last thing, because some of this kind of popped into my mind while I was working on the newsletter the other day, it is springtime, and springtime brings all sorts of unique challenges and unique things. It's nice, the weather's getting good and people are happy to get out there, But all my years of being an assistant principal, that's also when you see behaviors increase is springtime. So I'm encouraging parents to make sure that you are having conversations with your students, making sure that they remember what the expectations are for their individual schools. Because we want this to be a good time of year, but like I said, data and my experience shows oftentimes it is a rough time of year. So please make sure you're having those conversations and making sure that we have a good finish to the school year. The other big piece that comes as spring is upon us. And my God, when I was putting together the newsletter, I can't believe this date is already right around the corner. That means it's prom season right now. So please, if you have a senior student who will be attending prom, remind them it's a time to celebrate, it's a time to have fun, but do so by making good choices and being responsible. It's very easy to make that choice that could alter your life or the lives of others in that pursuit of celebration. And that would be a terrible thing that we don't want to see happen to anybody. So please, as we head into the season, celebrate, enjoy it, have fun with it, but remember to do so and make good choices, responsible choices. Thank you.
Thank you for that report. Okay, moving on to
The
Next agenda.
consent agenda. Policy number 0166.1 and policy number 6470. The minutes from the regular board meeting of April 2nd, 2025. Minutes from the special board meeting of April 5th, 2025. Consolidated items, payment of current bills, certified, non-certified, and administrative reports. Is there a motion?
motion.
Motion by Mr. Morris. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Ms. Fields. Ms. Block.
Yes.
Ms. Fields.
Yes.
Ms. Morris absent. Mr. Medarsky.
Yes.
Mr. Morris.
Yes.
Ms. Shufelt is a yes. Mr. Westfall.
Yes.
That passes 6-0.
Thank you. On to agenda item 10, item scheduled for next agenda, Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Good news and student representatives from Myers. Okay, moving on to general public comment, policy 0167.3. As mentioned earlier in the meeting, we will now open the floor for general public comment. The same guidelines previously outlined will remain in effect, and any questions at this meeting, Superintendent Wager or his designee will work on getting those answers in a timely manner. We will begin with those in person and then move on to our online audience. Is there anyone in person who would like to have a comment or share a comment? Is there anyone online that would like to share a comment? Okay. Moving on to board member comments. Opening it up to the board. Would anyone like to share anything?
I have two questions. And I'm hoping Emily can help me with this. What's the update on ordering the furniture for the elementaries?
The office furniture for the elementaries that we're doing right now, or the student furniture for all the other elementaries?
The student furniture for all the other, whatever was on the bond, did that include office furniture as well?
Yes, it was basically how much furniture can we get for this furniture price?
Okay.
I talked to Interior Environments and Gary, and I sent them our revised student populations for each building, and then they should be giving me a quote soon. I do not have a quote yet, but as soon as I do, I'll forward it on.
Okay, and that doesn't need to be voted on or anything. It just needs to, excuse me, go through the process.
I think it does, because didn't we hold it? Like, didn't we
If
stop
you
that
vote to
process?
stop it, we gotta probably vote to reinstate it then.
Don't know if
We
we
have to
ever
approve
voted
to spend the money.
specifically stating furniture, though. That's where I'm not positive. I think we'll have to review and see whether it needs to.
The way I understood it, furniture was tagged.
Yeah,
All the elementaries were to get furniture, and that was prior to
Yeah.
the other idea.
yeah, the utilization plan stuff, yeah, I get what you're saying. But that's what I'm saying, I don't know if we specifically. We can review and see. Like,
It was
we
a
may-
general pause on
Yeah.
the entire project. It wasn't
Yeah.
listed out specifically as a
Right.
pause, but I'm happy to revive that if that is the will of the board.
Well, I would love to see these little guys coming back in September to some stable, decent furniture. The last thing I have is, and Mr. Wager, maybe you can answer this for me. Has anything been done as far as making plans to move that playground equipment that we paid $250,000 for out of Eureka Heights?
So again, we did have original plans for moving around equipment. We need to revive them and get them going, but I don't have, since the last meeting, no, there has not been movement on it, but I will work on that.
Well,
Absolutely.
I don't find it difficult. Emily,
Yeah.
what's our largest elementary population?
Randall.
Can I make a motion that we start moving that playground equipment over to Randall?
Yeah.
They've got the most students.
I had actually started kind of discussing this, where the best possible placement would be, and it started to turn into the fencing conversation, because we had gotten fence quotes for various elementary schools. So if we did choose Randall, we would just need to revisit how we had chosen to fence in that area, where it would go. So it might back up the fencing project a little bit. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
for
I think we
the
could do that. Like,
Okay.
I think that's
Be-
reasonable.
because I know the history. I know that 10 years down the road, when I'm dead, I will be haunting you people because that
On the playground
equipment will
equipment.
still be sitting at Eureka Heights.
Is it a cost thing though? Like how much is it to?
Cost, but I don't think it was an excessive cost, and we had all sorts of plans in place for when the utilization plan was voted in, that there was a cost that was gonna be incurred to move stuff. So
Which
it
also,
wouldn't be-
didn't that fall into play with the furniture too?
At the time, that was part of the pause, but as I'm just saying, is like, I don't think we like voted individually on furniture, and that's the part where we may be able to just move
Yeah.
forward. It's just.
I think it was,
We can double
the
check.
general consensus was, we have paid all of this attention to the elementary schools. We're gonna pause everything and kind of revisit the original intention
Yeah.
behind the bond. But I totally, if
Well,
you
we've
would,
got the secondary started.
yep.
Well, we don't actually. I mean, it started, but
We're
it's
not
not.
getting the field.
No, we are, but nothing started. Nothing is like, it's in motion, but
That-
nothing's been started, nothing, you don't see anything, and that's why things came to a halt, because we kept talking about it, but nothing, and then we would back out of it. So that's why things came to a halt, because the elementaries kept getting, and the idea of the bond money was the high school, and there was nothing being done with the high school. So yes, the processes have started for the secondary, for the high school, not necessarily, but nothing has actually been done.
Well,
Like-
I don't want to see everything wait for the elementaries, because we're waiting on the beginning of something that this current board said, go for it, let's get this, we need to get these sports
Right,
things
But
done.
we haven't, like,
did-
we
Yeah, well,
haven't,
then that's the contractor and whoever else does it. That's not us.
well, we have to have them come to the meeting. We have to make, there's so many things that have to go into play before, they can't just go and start digging up.
But I think
That's
even
my
last
point.
time we talked, like, at least from the athletics and, now that we have both the architect in place, now we have the construction manager in place, we are gonna start seeing some movement.
Well, we
start to
voted
happen.
them in place 2 months ago.
But then there's
Yeah.
permits that have to get pulled, like
Because
the
that's-
county
that's
has to do their part. And
Right.
so there's so much other things that we're waiting on. We don't have specific numbers, like we haven't approved
Yeah.
any of that, right?
What do you?
Like
Why
we
would-
have a total amount, but they haven't come in and said it's gonna cost this much money so we can start the baseball field, or this much money so
Oh,
we can
we-
start the tennis courts, right?
Correct.
Like
We're able to get all that started because we have that approved overall.
the
amount.
overall amount.
Correct, and as long as we're within that, then we're okay. So
Yeah,
we can
I've
get
never
that
heard of having to, once you get the companies going and working.
Yeah.
Of then having to manage and approve every single purchase they make.
No, it's
It's
long as we
gotta
have
be-
that overall. we're good.
Correct, isn't that the purpose?
So
of
what
having
are,
them?
then what are we waiting for specifically, like, as far as the plans or the,
Oh, yeah, okay, I can see what you're saying. So it's currently, we're waiting to get all the permitting and the review done. And so that shouldn't be too much longer. And once that's done, then our construction manager, Saxy, can start procuring the items and start bringing them on site and start getting things going.
and
So
we have the,
It's in process.
do we have the stuff from the county? Or are we
That's
still
something
waiting
we're
on that?
waiting on. And some of what we learned is that a lot of the things that we thought were going to be at the county level and were gonna take some time actually can go through our local entities, so they can go through the city of Taylor. So I honestly think the process is gonna go quicker than we originally anticipated, at least for the permitting, but it's sitting in that process. right
And
now.
what about like the drainage stuff, like where they were
Yeah,
talking?
that's part, that's,
Okay.
they were able to go through the city of Taylor, and that's gonna probably make that knock a couple months off of what we thought the estimate would be on waiting for the.
Well,
And
I
then-
would, I would like to see that playground equipment
Yeah.
moved. That was already purchased.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was close to $250,000, or it was $250,000.
Yeah.
And definitely before it gets ruined.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, I don't have. that
So
problem.
I don't care if you put it out front. It's got to be moved from where it is.
Yep.
So I'll grab quotes for the movement of the playground equipment and to outfit the rest of the elementaries with furniture, and I'll pass those along to,
Jack should be able to help you with the quote on the playground equipment because it has to be a special company that moves that.
right,
Okay,
you got it.
Yep.
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it says I was absent from a meeting April 5th. That's funny, special meeting. I was not informed of a special meeting. So how can I be absent of a meeting I was never, informed of? I guess it was a retreat. And by the way, why would we do this Saturday morning at 8 AM? That's kind of weird. So, yeah, I mean, shouldn't there be some notice of special meetings? Because how can we be absent of something we were never given notice of?
That was-
Everybody got notified of it.
Yeah, it's been-
Not a special meeting or retreat. No, they're two different things. It became a special meeting, it would appear, but this was a retreat.
Yeah,
And well, obviously I boycotted the retreat because it was undemocratic. Because why would we do something this important Saturday at 8 AM when the public had no idea what was going on? But now we're calling a special meeting, we're saying we're absent. Who called this retreat and when did we vote on it?
this has been put into motion a long time ago because this was part of the strategic plan. The previous board approved the strategic plan process with MASB. And this is essentially, we invited board members, as they are stakeholders in this community, to attend the retreat. We invited 40 some people. And the trick is that if you get commitments from 4 board members, then it has to become a meeting. And so that was when it was made a special meeting at that point, because we had the commitment of 4 board members to do so. So this was all done with advisement from our legal counsel. This was all done with advisement from MASB that this was the best path to do it. But we've been communicating about the retreat and the strategic plan. That's been in all my communications for a long time. Like it's been covered quite a bit.
No, that's not the issue. I have always said the retreat was inappropriate. My question is, if the previous board approved it a year ago or so,
How the process, yeah.
yeah, it never should have come onto our calendar because we approved a new board calendar in January and this was never on it. So do we have any more of these surprise meetings that
It's
the
not-
previous?
It wasn't a surprise.
It wasn't a
This was
surprise
something
at
we
all.
No, I don't think it was legit because we never voted to approve it is my point.
It was-
We can't be bound by the decisions of a previous board if we don't approve it. We can't set a meeting 5 years into the future and expect a new board to do it is my point.
You had the option to say no, you couldn't come, you said no. you
Which I
couldn't
did
come.
say no, but I don't think this was a legitimately called meeting is my point.
It was
I
absolutely.
absolutely said
It
no.
was literally an 8-hour event.
Yeah, and when you do it on,
Tuesday afternoon for 8 hours? No,
and you do it in the morning so the public can't come
it was on a
Oh,
Saturday
you
where the
know,
public.
in the morning, 8 AM.
Guys, I'm gonna require some decorum. Everybody, I am requiring decorum before we move forward. Please continue.
Okay, so moving forward, under no circumstances would I ever vote to approve a meeting on Saturday at 8 AM because the public's not going to know about it and not going to come. So do we have any more of these things planned that are pre-approved? And if any more come, we can get to vote on them up or down, correct?
Not necessarily.
Oh, no,
Depends.
what?
As long as we're putting the posting out there and we are recognizing and we are following all the legal obligations of posting for a special meeting, it doesn't mean you vote up, like, let's say we had a situation where we got last minute notice that we needed to really approve a field trip request that was coming in. And we only have like 48 hours to 72 hours, say, to turn that around and get it approved for that group. there would be no way to wait till the next board meeting and have a vote to approve a special meeting. So sometimes those get called, and as long as they follow the requirements of the Open Meetings Act and what needs to be posted.
Who can call an open
then
meeting? Who can call a special meeting then?
It would come from the board.
Right, and I'm on the board and I never called it. That's what I'm trying to tell
The
you.
board
Yeah, but-
president, right? The board
Be a
president.
Member who brings it forward, yes.
Basically, it was not, if we did not have the four board members show up at
Yeah,
RSVP,
it wouldn't even.
it would have just been what it was, and that's a workshop, not a meeting.
Right, but
You're talking again, you're talking city politics versus school district politics.
no, I'm not, ma'am. I'm talking ethics and basic accountability. Something this important should never have been done on a Saturday morning.
That's the only time.
And everyone knows that. Everyone knows that.
The only
Justin, when would
don't
you
know
have
about school
suggested to
district.
do an 8-hour workshop? When would it have been suggested for you to do that?
Well, first of all, I would have broken up into maybe 2 4-hour workshops and we could have done it in the evening. We could do it next Wednesday and then the Wednesday after that. No one said it had to be 8 hours. That was a loaded question. And you know that.
Yeah,
was.
MASB says it has to be 8 hours, and they are the ones we contracted with to run it.
I believe MASB says it can be broken up into 2 sessions.
Depending on the workshop,
Yeah.
depending on the type of workshop. it
And
is.
MASB is not a government agency. You need to understand that's a recommendation. I get that, but it did not need to be done Saturday morning when none of the public could attend.
All of the
pointing that
public
out.
could have attended on a Saturday morning.
They didn't want to, and you know that. That's why you did it then.
No, that's not
Oh,
why.
Okay, no accusing anyone of anything, please. Everyone is trying to do
All
what's
right, I'm
best for the
good, I'm
school
good.
district.
Could have attended on a Saturday
Okay.
easier than after work when they've got responsibilities with kids. So Saturday would have been a better time for the public.
Ms. Fields, we're going to move on from this topic, but thank you. Are
And it
there-
was not posted as a meeting until after it
Mr.
happened.
Mordarski, we are moving on from this topic. Thank you. Is there any other comments not dealing with the previous conversation that the board would like to make?
Still tickets left for the foundation ballot.
And when is the date for that again?
It's on the, what is it, the 25th?
Yes, Friday the 25th.
Thank you. Okay. Any other comment from the board? Thank you for the reminder. Okay, moving on to adjournment. I need a motion.
Second,
Okay, motion by Ms. Fields, seconded by Mr. Mordarski. Ms. Fields?
Yeah.
Mrs. Moore is not here. Mr. Mordarski?
yes.
Mr. Moore says yes. Ms. Shufelt?
Yes.
Mr. Westfall? Ms. Block? That carries 6-0. The meeting ends at 6:43 PM. Thank you for attending.